A ship carrying grain leaves Ukraine for Lebanon, and Chimera to list a Turkey-focused ETF on the ADX. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramya. A ship carrying grain left the Ukrainian port of Odessa for Lebanon today under a safe passage agreement, the first departure since the Russian invasion blocked shipping through the Black Sea 5 months ago. Ukraine's foreign minister called it a day of relief for the world, especially for countries threatened by food shortages and hunger because of the disrupted shipments. Turkey and the UN brokered a grain and fertilizer export agreement between Russia and Ukraine last month. Russia and Ukraine account for nearly a third of global wheat exports. There is little Russia can do to help with urgent repairs required to malfunctioning Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline equipment. That's according to the Kremlin, who say the turbine sent to Canada for maintenance hasn't come back yet, and other equipment also needs repair. Russia cut gas supplies to Europe to just 20% of Nord Stream 1's capacity last week. Germany's Siemens Energy, the manufacturer, says it hasn't received any damage reports from Gazprom, so it's assuming the turbines are operating normally. Staying with energy, and OPEC will meet on Wednesday as its new Secretary General, Kuwaiti oil technocrat Haytham Al-Ghais, takes office. Al-Ghais will serve a 3-year term and succeeds the late Secretary General Mohammed Sanusi Barkindo. Al-Ghais says he looks forward to working with all OPEC member countries and partners around the world to ensure a sustainable and inclusive energy future which leaves no one behind. Abu Dhabi-based investment management firm Chimera Capital will list a new exchange-traded fund on the ADX that will offer investors opportunities in Turkey. The Chimera S&P Turkey Shariah ETF is a physical, in-kind, liquid, and fully fungible ETF that will track the performance of Turkey-listed Sharia-compliant securities. The new fund brings the total number of ETFs listed on the UAE stock markets to 9. Airport financial margins were still below pre-pandemic levels in the Middle East and South Asia during Q2. An Airports Council International report reveals the Middle East and South Asia have recovered to about 85% of Q2 2019 seat capacity. Emerging East Asia, which includes China, is at just 15% of Q2 2019 levels. The ACI's industry outlook forecasts more challenges on the road to recovery, especially considering the uncertain macroeconomic scenario. Hong Kong has tipped back into a technical recession, weighed down by mounting interest rates, weakened global trade, and strict coronavirus controls. New government figures show that after a year-on-year decrease of 3.9% in Q1 of 2022, the city's GDP again declined in Q2, but with a narrower margin of 1.4%. The downturn is reversing last year's recovery when the economy enjoyed a 6.3% annual growth after the slowdown in 2019 and 2020. Let's take a look now at today's Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking. It tracks the daily ups and downs of the world's richest people. Our biggest winner today is Gautam Adani, up $5.1 billion with net wealth of $126.6 billion. Our second biggest winner is Mukesh Ambani, up $2.4 billion with net wealth of $94 billion. And our third place winner is battery mogul Robin Zhang, up $2.2 billion with net wealth of $45.6 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest billionaires news. The U.S. Justice Department will ask a federal judge today to block a $2.2 billion merger of two of the Big Five book publishers, Penguin Random House and Simon & Schuster. The trial is expected to feature testimony from horror writer Stephen King. In the trial, the government will focus on advances paid to the most successful authors, especially those given $250,000 or more. It will argue that the merger will see authors taking smaller advances after laboring over their books for years. I'm Ramya Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.